Let's talk about future incarnations. So in the past, uh, I don't remember if it was a dream or a vision, but I have a memory recall. It's funny how you can say memory because memory refers to past, but this is the future and what is to come if I choose to change it. Uh, Depending on our actions, the things that we do, there's a future that is set. Certain things that are set. So let's say if you live a certain lifestyle, um, it will lead you to a certain point in the future. There are possibilities that will be um, staged for to show that where you will be heading. Right? It's like, for example, if you um, if you steal, lie, and kill, well, you will end up in the place of in the future. If you don't get caught now, well, you in the future you might end up going to jail. You might end up being killed, or it might it might it might be multiple scenarios. But in the end, it will lead you to a point where your experience is only pain. Uh, because you're going to have to face that one way or another. So for me, my future incarnation. So I think I had a dream or a vision. I don't recall, and when I died, um, based on uh, based on everything that I've done on this earth, I had 5 to 6 lifetimes, maybe seven, around there, um, and I was in this this pentagon or pyramid. It was like a cube. It was a weird shaped thing, and it holds souls in there, and there was this place pitch full of darkness, and there was a lot of bodies, souls that there were souls that were being collected, and then it was like a just imagine a grave, but there were souls that was implanted in the ground of black gooey darkness. So their energy was being siphoned and absorbed. And many souls there were you can hear them screaming for help, and they couldn't escape. And then there was a line, like a long line of people entering this portal and reincarnating. And as I was in line with them, I was looking from a distance. So me looking into the future from a distance of everything that's going on. And every time when I do this, when I astral project or when I tap into other realms or something like that, there's entities and beings who are aware, and they try to attack me because there's certain things that they don't want you to know what's going on, and so they will send handlers or people in your way to keep you in line. Depending on where you're at spiritually, they cannot touch you. If you're very strong spiritually, they can't touch you. But if you're not, they can. They can really hurt you. Um, what ended up happening was as I was observing what was going on, I saw people with like screaming like and complaining, I don't want to go back. Please don't send me back there. Please don't send me back there. I don't belong there. You know, it's too much pain. And there was multiple comments. I don't recall all of them, but uh, I saw the pain many souls were going through. Some souls were like like they were kind of fighting, and some of these souls were pushed into the portal. Like they had no power over that. They had to go. It's either they go through that portal or they were sunken into this pit, and the energy was absorbed, or they was thrown into a worse world, like a world that's more um painful than this one. And then other beings were they turn into different objects. uh but it was very painful. So when it was time for me to reincarnate, I I reincarnated. Like when I was about to reincarnate, I had a smile on my face, and I was happy. Like I accepted my fate because I knew I was almost done, and I knew um everything that I've been doing uh had led me to this point. And so people, basically, there were souls that were looking at me like I was crazy. They're like, "How can you be happy? How can you be happy?" And I said, "What do you mean? How can I be happy? I'm." I said, "I'm going to be coming back to a family that loves me. I'm going to be coming back to a more peaceful life. I'm not going to struggle as much. You know, I'm going to be happy. As much as I didn't want to come, I accepted it. I accepted I would be okay because of because of the things because of how hard I worked. I knew that things were going to be easier for me. I wasn't going to come back into a family that didn't love me. I wasn't going to come back to being poor. Okay, I wasn't going to come back to have mental issues, like lower intelligence mentally. I wasn't going to come back to abuse. All right, and I was going to come back to um women. Basically, in my lifetime, I saw that education, women, and other things were not going to be difficult. It was not going to be hard for me. In this lifetime, I was struggling. It was a lot of things I was going through. But in the future, what was shown to me, I was not going to experience any of it. My life was going to be peaceful. In one lifetime, I came back. Um, I end up in the future. I end up being a professor, and the only downfall to that is I lose um, my spiritual awareness. But part of me was missing something, so I need to work on. And the reason why, because what ends up happening is whatever issues that you have in this lifetime, whatever that you didn't complete, or whatever that you didn't get done, or feel that you want to be, but you was not able to to follow through in the life that comes. um you might end up going down that path. And so I have to make sure, and always remind, and always tell myself, and have it instilled in my soul: intelligence, in sense of book smart, does not make you intelligent. It makes what I will work on instilling in myself is, when I reincarnate, I have to keep telling myself, because um when you die, there must be certain principles that you hold in your soul. It must be certain principles that you hold in yourself, and you must believe in, and you must hold in, and there must be a strong sense of love. Because even if your memories are erased, that is the only thing you will be hold on to. Like, you come in, like you're born, you say that you always have a sense of knowing right from wrong, because before you die, that's what you hold on to. You held on to something like that. You held on, so it was strong enough to pass through the light. It was strong enough to pass through the dimensions. It was strong enough to pass through when you incarnate. It was strong enough to pass through, even though you don't have the memory, even though you don't have the knowledge. That's a tool that your soul held on to help you in this realm, in this dimension, in this frequency that you're living in right now, that you're feeling, that you're experiencing at the moment. So, um, so before I die in this lifetime, when it's time for me to go, I will hold on to the only thing that's important is reading, writing, learning how to do basic math, and speaking different languages. Those are the only things that are important to me. The fundamentals. Everything else does not matter. But I want to be able to hold on to my spirituality. The sense of right and wrong. That's what's going to be important. Not going to college and getting 5 years, 10 years degrees. I don't want any of that. I want to prevent that from happening. Because I don't want to be so indoctrinated that I become an idiot, a moron. I've lost all sense of myself, and I don't want any of that. So that is one of my lifetime. There's a few, but I don't remember all of them. But I remember a few bits and pieces of my lifetime. In the future, what's to come. So even I see in the future, in this life, I see how things will end. Like I'm able to see, like everything that's been happening now, I've seen that. Like I haven't seen everything. Certain things are different, but certain aspects and of my life, things that are happening to me, I've seen that. I saw that was going to happen. I had visions telling me that these things were going to happen. So, yeah. So, my friend tells me I can beat that. I can beat 7 coming 5, 6, or 7 times. You can beat that. Maybe one or two times. It's very difficult because it's not as easy as it seems. It's not easy to fast for long periods of time. It's not easy to. I've given up a lot of things, but there are other aspects. You like the more deeper the more deeper and the more you fight, you understand that these demonic entities that are in your body, they're very powerful. They will do whatever it takes to hold on to the physical body. And I want to get to a point where I don't have to work and my only focus is healing my body, is purging everything out of my body so I can feel more peaceful. So when I reincarnate again, I will have more peace. I'll be more happier. I'll be able to help more people. I will be able to live the life I always wanted. Have a family, have people that love me. That's what I always wanted. I have everything. The most important thing for me was freedom. Love is very important to me, and I put love very high. Like love for me is very high on the pedestal for me. It's very high, but beyond love is freedom for me, because you can have love but not have freedom, and and for me that's not enough. I want freedom, because with the freedom I will have more love as well, because I can do more, I can be more. I won't have stress, I won't have depression, I won't be always scratching my head and wondering what's next, and everything can happen. So yeah, so that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. One of the videos I was trying to make a video early on, but I couldn't because my phone wasn't working, and as you can see, I had most of the day off to myself, so I go to work late tonight. But I wanted to make a video before I get ready for work. So that's all I have to say in this video. Okay.